The factors influencing consumer behavior. This is the topic we'll talk about in today's video, as well as the types of decision making for a consumer. What basically influences a consumer to make a purchase? It could be internal, it could be external. Internal will vary between personal factors and psychological factors, external between cultural and social factors. The sub categorization within each of these factors is already provided, as you can see, and this is something you've already covered in marketing management. If you can kind of have a refresher, you'll remember these are the different factors which will contribute to determining what would go into a minds of a consumer when he purchases something. It can also be categorized based on marketing factors, which is the product design, price, promotion, packaging, positioning, and distribution. But these marketing factors are tied basically to your the four different factors which was mentioned earlier, which is the personal factors such as age, gender, the education level, income level. All of these will decide what a person would purchase. Psychological factors, that is, what is his buying motive, what perception he has about the product, his attitude towards the product. Situational factors, what are the physical surroundings that he was brought up in, what time of purchase, and social surroundings, as well as the time factor. Again, time factor, we're talking about the time around the season when he purchases, will vary based on what he purchases. Social factors, social status, in a society or in a workplace, reference groups, all the groups that he's associated with, and family or friends. Cultural factors, religion, social class, caste, subcaste, and culture can be further divided into subcultures within a culture. Culture, again, this is something specific to a zone, a region, a country, society, and it's something you learn over a period of time right since birth. You grow in a particular cultural society and you imbibe and you absorb all the values of that particular culture or that particular society. All the beliefs, the attitudes, whatever the rules and customs which are followed in that culture, you imbibe it, and based on that, you also make your purchasing decision. Characteristics of a culture, it is shared among everybody within a zone. It's learned, it's invented. Yes, it can be invented because new cultures and new forms of cultures will grow over a period of time. It has a pattern. Even the growth will have a pattern. And culture is adaptive to the changing times. What was there 100 years back may not be the same culture of a particular zone right now. You say Indian culture and you say Western culture is entering into Indian culture. All of those changes and mixture of a culture is nothing but what happens in an adaptive culture pattern. Subculture, you've seen the subculture varies based on the region where you grow across. If you easily divide India into four zones, north, south, east, west, within each zone also the culture will differ. Within each zone and within each state, within each region, the culture will differ. That's what subculture is all about. And based on these pictures that you see here, you'll basically understand that subcultures vary based on the buying choices of saris, or the food choices that you eat will vary based on what you are, in which subculture that you are located. Subculture, you can divide it again based on ethnicity, religion, geographic location, age, or gender. Again, this is self-explanatory, and you remember what was explained in. I hope you remember what was explained in marketing management class. It's the same thing. I'm just kind of quickly revise all of it. Subculture, again, you can divide it based on geography, regional, age, elderly people, women, caste, Muslims, Christians, Hindu, children, teenagers, Marathi, Gujarati, Punjabi, Tamilians. All of these will have different purchase behavior. You may not have the same purchase behavior when it comes to either clothes or either food or any other kind of an item. Economic status based on the classes which you have in India is either upper class, middle class, or lower class. Based on whichever class you belong to, your economic capacity, your lifestyle, people around you, your society, your culture, you will particularly purchase according to that. Now, basically, marketers need to try to understand the various factors based on which they try to decide what goes into the consumer behavioral decision making, and by understanding each of these factors they are able to come up with clear marketing campaigns. Social factors divided into reference groups, family and social roles and status. Reference groups, when we refer to reference groups, they're talking about any particular group which a person is associated with. It could be anything like organized or an unorganized group. A reference group also can be your family, anybody whom you associate with, and the values and attitudes you imbibe from them. It can be a friendship group, shopping group, work group, virtual group, brand communities, consumer action group, celebrities. Any of these can be your reference group. You may purchase what a particular celebrity purchases. You may particularly purchase what your friend recommends to you. If you have a kind of shopping group, a kind of work, a employee group also can be a reference group. Okay, I'll skip through this friendship group. It's just an example. Okay, shopping groups not really required for you to know. You have an idea what shopping group is. Work group, again, your employees. It could be a formal work group or an informal work group. Virtual groups, these days you have a lot of virtual groups during this age of virtual connect. Brand communities, I mean, people who are really brand conscious, they become part. Like, I can give an example of a Royal Enfield brand group. People are like real hardcore Royal Enfield. They become part of a brand and they become like a group. Consumer action groups, anybody who comes together, people who are anti-smoking campaigns, cancer, or people who are more about activism in terms of concern for the forest and concern for nature and green, what do you say, go green kind of concepts. Anybody, you come together as a action oriented group. Examples given there, you can see agitation against liquor shop in a community, group against drunken driving. So all of this also as a group can influence about what you purchase. Celebrities, yes, everybody knows about celebrities. People follow them, and whatever they purchase, you generally tend to purchase that, and that's why marketers go with celebrities and they ask them to market their products. And celebrities get a lot of advertisement money from the brands. Other reference groups, it could also be somebody who's like an association, say toothpaste, an Indian Dental Association will say, this is an approved toothpaste or like Oral B and you need to purchase this. So they go and purchase that. So it's more like giving a psychological impact to the consumer, saying yes, and then you believe that okay, because IDA said it, I need to go and purchase it. Any other kind of animated characters, cartoons are also used, which actually push people, like children, sorry, to purchase products. It could be some celebrity spokesperson. Ratan Tata has mentioned something. So people who follow Ratan Tata will be, okay, this guy is saying something. He really would mean it because he is somebody people follow as a spokesperson. Family, anything. This is a very simple, what do you say, factor which is self-explanatory, as in family. Of course, yes, you be a part of family. Whatever your family purchases, you will tend to purchase that even when you grow up. You kind of purchase, if you have been using Colgate toothpaste since childhood, you will end up buying Colgate even over a period of time, even when you grow up, unless your habit changes based on any other influence, any other factor which we have so far looked at. Based on your social role in the particular society, or based on the status in the particular society, whether your status or role within a community, within a workplace, any of that will reflect your rank. If you believe you're in the political class, people want to have, they ride only in such vehicles. Doctor, they move only in a particular kind of vehicles, and you'll purchase those kind of vehicles. Personal factors, again, all your demographical factors will come here: age, income, occupation, lifestyle, and personality, based on which your buying decisions will be made. Okay, we'll move here. Age, if you're senior citizen or if you're a youngster, your values, your purchasing behavior will vary. Lifestyle, personality, self-concept, based on that also your buying preferences and choices will vary. Psychological factors, based on the motivation level, perception, learning, beliefs, and attitude, you will accordingly go and purchase a particular kind of product. No worry, I'll basically be sharing. I know I'm going at a very rapid pace, but I'm doing that because we've already done this before, and I'll share this presentation. In fact, you have these presentations with you. If you have your second semester presentation slides, you already have this with you, but I'll anyway share it again. So video is just more of a way of me running you through it, so that when I run you through a video, you actually watching the video will give you some kind of motivation, I would say, and your perception level will change. I think I'm on the right slide. Be motivated to look at the video, hear it. When you hear it, you kind of absorb it into your mind. You see it and you may read it. Follow all three techniques. That way you won't forget anything. Learning, yes, learning is through action. Definition of learning: we learn over a period of time. We learn new information. We learn new things about new products. As we learn, our buying behavior also will change based on our belief and attitude. Also, people build their personality, and again, you will try to change your purchasing behavior. Okay, next concept. We looked at factors which influence buying behavior, and you're already aware of all the factors. I ran through it. Types of decision making. What are the three levels of consumer decision making? Now, first one, extensive problem solving. What happens in here? Now, consumers, they've not yet established a criteria for evaluating the product. They haven't narrowed down the number of brands to be considered. What this essentially means is that in here, look at extensive problem solving. As consumer, he has absolutely he tries to seek as much information about the product or the choice that he wants to make. Okay, he does not have any set criteria. He comes with no he does not come with any kind of a preconceived notion that this is what he wants. Okay, in here, consumer needs a lot of information. He is not even a set of criteria. I have no criteria. I want to purchase a car. I have no criteria right now. Money is not my criteria. Mileage is not my criteria. Color is not my criteria. I have no information about car. First time I'm buying a car, I don't know anything how a car works. What are the price people out there? What brands are available out there? I'm completely new to a product. So this is extensive problem. So I have to do a lot of research. I need to find out which is the different budget level cars. In each budget, what kind of car is available, what is the features of a car, what kind of colors are available, what kind of mileage do different cars give, which is good, which is bad, what is the boot space, what is the tire radius, and what is the ground level clearance. I need to find out a lot of information. That is extensive problem solving. When we come to limited problem solving, we are talking about consumers already have a basic criteria for product evaluation. Like I already know my criteria is I want to go for a SUV. I want SUV. I do not want a hatchback. I do not want the small cars. I want the big car. I want an SUV. SUV is nothing but a sports utility vehicle. But I do not know which brand. So I have only limited knowledge. I have decided I have a set criteria, but I do not have a I've not fully established my preference in terms of my brands. So I'll go about getting additional information, basically to discriminate between different products or different brands. Simple understanding, limited problem solving. Have a set criteria. I'm going about finding more information. Routinized response behavior. In here, consumers need only little information. I already have some experience with the product category. I have driven cars before. I've driven SUVs before. I already have knowledge about an SUV. I know this different SUVs brands out there. I already am aware of prices out there, but I do not know certain features which are come new into the market. In that product category, there are certain new things that are happening. I may have been off for a while. I may have probably taken a year's break and not followed cars. So now I do not know what is there in the market. I know I have experience, I have knowledge, I have a lot of knowledge, but I still need the extra information. That is routinized response behavior where you will try to consumers will need only little additional information. That's it. So that's the difference levels: extensive, limited, routinized, responsive behavior. These are the types of decision making, and that tied to these types of decision making are nothing but four views which is consumers have on decision making. It can be an economic view where consumer makes a rational decision when he purchases anything. What do you mean by taking a rational decision? I say when you take a rational decision, it's more like this. I have consumers. Okay, uh, it's more like this. It's not like I have alternatives. I know that I need to get all the alternatives in the market. Okay, I need to what you say already rank all the benefits of these alternatives, and I'll select the best alternative which is suiting my requirement. This is basically how I go about the consumer decision making process. So the economic view basically follows the consumer decision making process, saying I follow the perfect decision making system. A passive view, it depicts a consumer as basically submissive. to the self-serving interest and promotional efforts of marketers. So he's very passive. He's not having that kind. It's opposite to the economic view. Here, it is assumed that consumers are impulsive. He's irrational. So simple way of looking at economic view, rational. Here, irrational while making a purchase. The thing is, he does not do a lot of information search. Okay, automatically what the marketer says, he will buy it on impulse. So he's a very irrational in this. He does not make rational, logical decisions. The next view is an emotional view associated with deep feelings or emotions such as joy, fear, love, hope, sexuality, fantasy, and even a little magic with certain purchase or possession. These feelings or emotions are likely to be highly involving. Emotional views, okay, like this. For example, fear. You know that somebody in your family has been admitted to the hospital, is undergoing treatment, and suddenly you realize, I don't have a health insurance. Fear. Fear makes you go and buy insurance, health insurance. So it's all of those kinds of fear, emotional attachment to a decision making. Cognitive view. Within this framework, consumers are frequently pictured as either receptive or to or actively searching for products and services that fulfill their needs and enrich their lives. So basically, what a cognitive view, uh, it's more about they focus on the process through which they can get information about selected brands. It's more of a thinking process. Okay, it's more in that framework. When I say cognitive view, a consumer, he is actively searching for different products, services. He has a requirement set, and through that he goes about getting as much as information about all the selected brands. He has like set of brands and he goes about selecting it. So it's more of a mental process. That is what a cognitive view is. So these are the different types of decision making. Also, there are the four views on consumer decision making, and the levels of types of decision making are extensive, limited, and routinized. So that's all we have. We have looked at in two different videos. In this video, we looked at factors influencing consumer behavior as well as types of decision making. And earlier, we looked at consumer decision making process and what basically consumer behavior is. That's all you have for consumer behavior under Unit 4 in terms of retail shopper behavior. In the next video, we'll look at some more interesting concept under this chapter, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you so much.